to the NYOA preview show for 23. I'm with Mike at his shop, and we're gonna start with the 4x4 class this year. He really wanted me to do this. I don't want to do this video, but we're gonna kick it off anyway.
It needs to be done. After last year's, it needs to be done.
We've got 11 signed up for 4x4 this year, and I guess before we actually talk about who's in the 4x4 class, we need to talk about the big change to our class, which was...
Thank God.
Thank God. They moved us up. If you were watching the series last summer and years previous, they had the 4x4 class behind 13 to 16-year-old kids, and some of them were C-class rows.
They were all C-class.
They were all C-class rows. So this created a traffic jam, if you will, for the 4x4 class, because a lot of those racers are faster than those classes. Let's see if we can't pull up the rows here. They still have your split AA row, so they went with row 00 for your front guys, and then AA2 is actually going to be called row 1. So technically, I guess you would call us row 11, even though they have our numbers starting with 10. So going from the front, you've got AA, AA2, Junior A, College A, Vet A, Senior A, and then in row 6 starts your B classes with Junior B, College B, 16 to 18-year-olds, College B, 19 to 21-year-olds in row 8. Row 9 will be Vet B, everybody over 30 in the B class, and then row 10 is us. So the big change was we were row 13 last year.
Well, no, we were number 13.
We were number 13.
Row 17,
yeah,
technically.
We were way back there behind a lot of...
Row 17.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is going to be a big change for us, getting way up there.
What do you foresee? You think all the 4x4 guys will be able to stay on that lead lap now that we don't have it?
I think for sure now.
Because if you did look at overall times, a lot of our pack would pick up the pace second lap because that first lap we were fighting with traffic.
Oh, I mean, for instance, at Hemlock Hills, the last race, the second, third, fourth place in our class finished 48th, 49th, and 50th overall.
Yep.
So, I mean...
Top tier.
We passed a lot of classes.
And how do you think we'll do without that traffic this year? You think we'll be seeing any of our guys break into top 25? We're still 11 rows back.
Top 25, I think, is going to be pretty tough. Pretty tough. But I think...
Keep in mind it's adjusted times.
I think we, as a class, are going to be more closer together because we're not going to be fighting that traffic. So I think we're going to have a, you know... nice line going through the woods the whole time. A freight train, if you will. And I think there's a lot of us in the 4x4 class that are evenly matched. 1 week, you know, one of us might get the best of the other guy, and then it switches up. They did separate everybody on a 4x4 this year into 2 classes. We haven't talked about that yet. The utility class, it's by definition, do we want to call it the 4x4C guys? They're not as experienced and a little bit slower. I don't want to discredit their racing ability, but they've lined them up what they're calling number 17th row. Same row as we were in last year.
Correct. And only has 7 lined up so far, but number 1, I really like that guy.
Kyle.
And he is your webmaster for NYOA. Kyle actually loves the series, loves the sport, so we're rooting for Kyle. And right behind him, you remember Mike, I raced Michael Quill.
I do not know Michael Quill.
You do know him. He was my only competition this winter at the SDR race.
Oh, that guy, the new guy.
Yes.
Oh, so he signed up for the series.
Yes, and Michael actually went out and got himself a real race machine. He raced the winter series with me without power steering.
Oh, he got rid of that quad?
It was a base model. He sold it right after that race.
Oh, good for him.
Because he quickly realized you're not going to do woods racing, wrestling a bull with no power steering.
Yeah, no, good for him.
So he got himself I believe, a built machine from another racer. And he just posted a picture. It looks great.
Seems like a very nice guy, too.
Very nice. I'm interested to see how Michael Quill does this year in the utility class. Good luck to him. And another name that's been around in the classes a while, we got Brian Winkleblack. Great kid. Met him last year. Frank White, the old man of the series. He's been around for how many years now?
And old Ricky Keeney's coming back.
I can't wait to see how Ricky does. 4E Racing, represent in the utility class. Ricky is...
He's been off for a couple of years.
Yeah, and he's on good equipment and he's in good shape. So I expect big things from Ricky. Yeah. But let's go back to the 4x4 class because there are changes. The title's up for grabs. The champ moved on.
Thank you. Bye, Mark.
Yeah, see ya. Good riddance. We, well, you know, Miss you? I don't know.
Miss you.
I don't even want to say that because I'm not going to miss you. I never saw him anyway. It's like
I seen him the last race. That was it.
Yeah. I never saw him all year. He was gone.
That's one race I wish I could have a do-over at. I need a do-over.
We could talk about your season later. I see you're proudly presenting your trophy.
Well, just because that's for you right there.
You see mine?
Yeah, right there.
I'm going to superimpose a bag of dicks right here because that was my season. The 4x4 class doesn't have a reigning champ this year. Mark Potter has decided to move up to the Vet A class, which is row 5, well, row number 5, technically row 6, where he wants to battle with some of the guys that he used to race on a 450, but he's bringing a gun to a knife fight.
Well, he says he wants that national number.
But you say national number, it's a state number.
Well, okay.
So in New York State, if you finish in the top 25, you get to run that number, that double-digit number, the following year. And if anybody can do it, our buddy Mark Potter can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I think Mark's he's gonna be strong.
I don't know if he's got the championship locked up in that class.
I don't know about the championship, but he's Mark's gonna be.
Yeah, and
he's strong.
It is confusing if you're a bystander on the side of the track because you'll see a 4x4 up front come flying by.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind he's not in our class.
It'll say Potter built on the side of it.
Yeah, all white.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the logo I made too. Looking at our roster, number 1 is this Italian guy.
It's me.
Now, how do you say your name in Italian?
Barone.
Oh, I thought it was just Mike. All right, I'm next. I signed up apparently right after you. I have no idea. Maybe, wait.
I don't think this goes in order. I don't think this goes in order of who signs up first. I'm thinking this is how NYOA predicts this season is going to go.
You're so full of
it. That has me in place number 1.
Well, then, that means that my prediction for the 23 champ is going to have some mechanicals because he's sitting outside the top 3. I don't foresee the top 3 in this list being the state champ.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of respect for those top 3 guys. But I always have doubts about myself. I haven't been on the podium since 2019. That's a goal of mine.
But you have the speed. You have the speed.
I know. For some reason, things aren't clicking.
Mechanicals.
Yeah, 4 out of 10.
Trees.
That was one tree. Hey, 300 miles and
you were in the lead. You were in the lead
for 45 seconds. You race 300 miles, you hit one tree. That's all anybody can remember.
Guy hits every tree out there.
I do not watch the tape. Watch the tape.
Look at his quad.
Yeah, it's immaculate. It's perfect. Okay, so next is a veteran. And if you look at this list, nobody's been in this class longer than Dustin Carnes. Josh Williams, we'll get to his name down the list, but he's iffy if he's going to come this year. He's been in it just as long as myself.
Wait, Kevin Carlson, you got down there, don't forget him.
Kevin Carlson started in 2019. I started in 2018. Dustin, I'll have to ask. I think Dustin is like 14 or 15 in the 4x4 class.
I thought Carlson's been there a while.
No, not since he started in 19. But yeah, Dustin Carlson, he is our veteran of the 4x4 class, and he does have a win.
Dustin Carlson? Who's that?
Dustin Carnes, excuse me. So let's talk about the sophomore. He had a stellar year.
Fujinaki.
You said it wrong.
Honaka.
You said it wrong.
Hunaki.
It doesn't matter. He can't even say it right. That's the funny. I asked him to say it.
It's impossible to say that in last.
You want to say your last name? Honaki. I can't even pronounce it.
That's not it. Honaki. We all say Hajinaki. I believe it's Honaki. I believe I finally got it. You dropped the J.
It is Honaki.
It's Honaki. Okay, so
he told us.
Yeah, he was our rookie last year for the 22 season. Dan did really good, and you might not recognize him by name. Dan, we all call him Guns. So Guns finished second in the state in the 4x4 class, and honestly, he's my favorite to get the championship this year.
Yeah.
Barring nobody else shows up like a Colin Markowski or anybody else that
Guns might be a little gun shy. Maybe he's a little gun shy after that last wreck.
You know, you say that, but I went through 2 bad wrecks myself and got faster from it, I think. I mean, my lap times and positions showed, but you learn from these things. Guns, no more front brake going. Yeah, no more front brake going hot into corners. Easier on in there, you'll be fine. I'm sure he's gonna.
Yeah, so the last race of the season, Dan wound up going ass over tea kettle.
Well said.
Dan, you okay? You good? What happened?
breaking his leg, his ankle.
Stabbed himself
Punctured
in the thigh.
his thigh pretty bad.
Very grotesque accident, and if he had had a GoPro on, we all could see it today. So we're going to talk about my plans to make sure we don't miss any of that stuff later, but he hasn't raced since then. I don't even think he's ridden since then. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes out swinging, but he's my pick. And next on the list, another injury guy. This one breaks my heart because he's not only a friend, a competitor, he's a sponsor. And I just like having Todd Swain out there. And if you follow the sport and you follow our social media platforms, Todd Swain of 725 Designs suffered a broken tibia himself at the Florida GNCC.
Yeah, wild boar.
Yeah, wild boar. So he is unfortunately out for the 23 NYOA season and plans on attending as many races as he can. His son Tyler is in one of the rows further up ahead of us, so he'll be there to support Tyler Swain. But Todd, we're going to miss you on the starting line, buddy, but still hoping to see you at the races.
Feel better, bud.
Yeah. And we talked about my teammate, Josh Williams. I don't care if he doesn't race anymore. I'm still going to call him my teammate.
That's fine.
He'll always be my teammate of Dirt Chicken Racing because...
I think we're all teammates if you think about it.
At this point, yeah. I mean, the 4x4 crew is very tight. We have a tight knit, and other classes have given us credit for that.
I bet you there's no other class that is as tight as we are.
Yeah. Prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted. Justin Mills.
Who's this guy?
Who's Justin Mills?
Who are you?
It's somebody from Boston.
Boston, New York.
Yeah, not Massachusetts.
Where the hell is that?
Boston, New York.
Justin Mills. We want to know who you are. We want to know how good you are.
And how far you coming.
How fast are you? Where you coming from?
Yeah, I mean...
Get a hold of us.
And what do you ride? I suggest a Polaris 570. I think that would
be... an Outlander 450 maybe. You won't get that, you know, arm pump.
Not that. Maybe a CF Moto.
Oh, yeah.
Something really good.
The new ones are really nice.
High quality machine. Go with something high quality like a Polaris or a CF Moto. You'll do great. Welcome to the class. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, he'll fit right in if he has our sense of humor. And next on the list is Christopher
Keister.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, and I know this for a fact because he is very good friends with John and Jimmer Ecker.
John and Jimmer, you got a buddy, Chris, who I met briefly, raced him at Hemlock Hills last round. We actually had a great battle going. He had the best of me most of the race and then faded, and I was able to catch him at the end. But
I saw him on the starting line, that was it.
Yeah, because Barone was out front kicking ass that race. But anyway, getting back to Chris, he was... yeah, no one cares. Why don't you put your third place trophy?
Oh, I like this. This is for you right here.
Yeah, okay.
I know about it.
I'm going to race this thing.
This might bother somebody else too.
Yeah, I don't even want to race him anymore. I'm just going to take this one out. I think it'll do just fine in the
So Christopher Keister, he won a championship in this class, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yes.
Not since I've been around.
No, but I believe in like 2000, an early championship. 2017, 2016, something like that.
I'll have to...
John and Jimmer, you gotta let me know which year.
Yeah, your boy actually rode real well last year. I thought he did great at Hemlock
Hills. He did the one
Hills.
race, right?
He did that one race. He seemed to be a real nice guy. So
no, I think I met him one time. He's a nice guy.
A new face to the 4x4 class. So welcome to him. And behind him is Rich Drave. And I don't know. You talk about Rich Drave.
Honestly, I haven't even raced against him much. I don't know him. I've never even talked to him.
I keep expecting big things from Rich.
He's very fast.
The truth is, he's a farmer and he's a hard-working American. So come race season, should anything happen to the quad or his schedule, he's always going to take work as priority over his fun. So we see him early in the season. He starts kicking everybody's ass because he is very fast. And then something will happen and we won't see him again. So... Rich, interested to see if you're going to stick around for a season. If you do, I think he will be.
He'll be up there.
He will be one of the toughest guys. One of the toughest guys in the 4x4 class.
He's fast.
And then we got this crafty cager. Kevin Carl. He has a reputation. He really does. And he's a bit of a nut job. And I say that because I think of him as a friend. I like Kevin Carlson because he's that nut job that makes you laugh.
What is that on your shirt? Let's connect the numbers. We're doing this later.
He likes to fling the insults and poke the bear a little bit, but it's all in good sport. It's all in good fun.
The only thing I don't like about Kev is he will not get out of your way, no matter how much you yell at him to get out of your way.
What class is he in?
He's in our class.
He's racing with us.
Yeah, and I was just watching you. You were yelling at him.
And he just doesn't move out of the way?
Move out of your way.
Weird, but he's in our class.
Still love you though, Kev.
There's not a rule that says if
I know.
I'm never getting out of his way again.
He makes you earn it.
He does. He should. I mean, unless you're really out there just for fun and you don't care where you finish, we're battling each other. I mean, we don't want to make it a habit. And honestly, Mark Potter preached that. He hated it when anybody would just
pull over for him.
Yeah, he hated that.
But I'm the type of person that if Mark Potter's behind me, I am not as fast as Mark Potter.
I know. And
so I immediately go and let him go.
I look at the big picture. We're amateur ATV racers. We're not national series. We are a very large top 3 series in the country.
I think we're number 2.
I think we're number 2 behind GNCC ahead of FTR. But anyway, we are a large series, okay? So we do take it very seriously, but we are amateur racers. None of us are being paid.
I'm not getting paid.
I'm not getting paid.
This year we might get paid though.
We can dabble on that. There's been a lot of talk trying to grow that. And that's a big reason why I'm such an advocate for the sport and try to promote it through videos on YouTube and through videos like this to bring it to light. We are doing this for fun. A lot of people that are involved spend it all out of pocket, put their lives and health on the line. I mean, any one of us could smack a tree and seriously get injured. It's happened. It happens all the time. So with that in mind, we're not really compensated for it. And I'm not saying we should be, but maybe pay back to the podium of each top class.
I saw a post yesterday on the NYOA site.
Full payback.
Without trophies, don't give trophies and just give paybacks.
Now, we've all seen the trophies with our series. They're nothing to write home about. If you are a top 3 overall, you get a slightly nicer trophy. I've seen them in pictures. I've never seen one in real life.
Top 3 overall? Yeah. Oh, you can look at it right here, bud. It's right here.
I meant for each race.
Oh, okay,
good one. So they're trying to get us at least some type of kickback. I would like to see more sponsor support. I personally am very blessed for the help I do receive, but it's still a race effort out of my pocket. So if we could see some sponsors kick in a little bit more to help the racers with gate fees and entry fees and gas fees and everything else it takes just to go racing, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
And we do that by sharing videos. So,
right.
You know, find the other YouTubers that do this stuff too.
Putting a little pressure.
Yeah.
A little pressure.
A little pressure.
Nothing wrong with a little pressure.
All right, you want to talk about the last guy?
Sure, go ahead.
He got himself a new can of air. He's going to kick some ass.
Yeah, well.
Jesse, how do you say it? Madison or
Madison?
Madison. Jesse Madison. He raced us last year.
He did.
He broke a lot.
Polaris.
He broke a lot on the Polaris. I went by him at Hemlock. His ass end was going side to side, and I just watched it fall apart as I went by full throttle.
I think with that new machine, he's going to be, that Polaris, the tires on it were about this big. You know what I mean?
He didn't have
it was not set up for
racing. He didn't have it set up.
But I see he got a new Can-Am. I saw it on his page.
Yep.
Seems to be riding it a lot right now.
Yeah, he went down, he did a D6 race. I think he got, what, 4th?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he at least got top 5.
I think it was Seneca Highlands. This guy came off a mountain.
Yeah. Yeah,
got in front of me somehow.
Miraculously had really short lap times and went from 12th to 2nd in a couple of turns.
I looked up and I said, how did this guy even just come off this hill?
I think it must have been a transponder malfunction, or Jesse straight up cheated and went through the course the wrong way.
Yeah, cheating. No cheating.
We don't cheat, do we, Mike?
No.
No.
I've been labeled a cheater for my race, but...
Jesse, welcome to the class. I'm looking forward to see how you do on the 4x4.
Glad you got a Can-Am.
Yeah, let's keep it between the ribbons this year. But touching on that point of cutting course, there was controversy last year between you and another 4x4 guy, and another 4x4 guy.
Yeah.
And this 4x4 guy.
Yeah.
There's a tight spot on Twisted Fence that. It's really hard to explain, but it's essentially a long straight finger, and They got a bottleneck on this side of the finger. They had to go up and around and down the back.
It's a bottleneck every lap at the same spot.
Very tight spot.
Very tight, very twisty. It's actually a mess.
Yeah, I'll throw the video up now.
Yep, it's a mess. It's a complete mess.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And so here's the video of Dustin first. He comes up to this section. He doesn't really wait. You see that there's a bottleneck. He's thinking about it. He looks around, immediately goes reverse, forward, and up over this wall and cuts that whole section. Now, Mike is right behind him and sees his competition, who's leading him in the race, do this. So what's Mike's choice? Wait there at the bottleneck or follow suit?
I said it. You can hear it in my video.
You can hear it on the camera, and here it is.
Dustin's going, I'm going.
Yeah, screw this, I'm going too.
And I win.
Now, in my opinion, you guys cut a lot of track by avoiding that section.
We cut 30 seconds off.
I did time it. I timed it on my second lap from my camera, granted at my pace. It took me about 30 seconds to get through that section with no traffic. On one of my laps, I had no traffic, and at race pace, it was about 30 seconds that they cut off from that lap. Now, our good friend Ray Chilson explained, he is your NYOA official for ATVs. He explained that the way they did it, at the section they did it, there was no foul.
Right.
Can you explain that to us?
Yes. So, when you're on the line, when you're on the line getting ready to go, there is a NYOA presentation of all the rules playing in the background, which nobody listens to.
No.
Because you can barely hear it, because everybody's bullshitting, talking, having fun, saying, you know, good luck to everybody, blah, blah, blah. There is a rule, though. If you come to a bottleneck and there is no way around it, you can do what you have to do and not stay within the 25 feet rule to get back on the track. So, at the end of the race, me and Dustin, well, not Dustin, me, I got
Penalized.
Because
a complaint was made.
Because a complaint was made that I cheated and cut the course. Which I said to them right then and there, if I cheated and I cut the course, fine, I don't care. I'm not in a championship battle for first. It doesn't matter to me. I'd rather just be out there having fun. That's really, that's all it comes down to. We're out there to have fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't a big deal to me. I didn't really care. I said if I cheated, fine. Do what you got to do.
You literally said that to everybody. I
said that to everybody. I don't care.
Because what did I say to you right after the race? What did I call you?
A cheater.
A cheater.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's how it should be. You should be able to go up to your friend and say, hey, I disagree with what you did. And what did you say to me? I don't care.
I don't care. I did what I had to do. It doesn't matter to me.
His mindset was, if I was in the wrong, they're going to dock me my position.
Which they did.
Which that's the rule, and I'm going to accept it like a man. And that was the end of it, right?
That was not the end of it.
Okay.
So, they penalized me. They docked me my position. They took points away from me at that time.
Yep.
Then the referee went ahead and looked at all the footage from our GoPros.
Yep. Over the course of the next week, they don't do this at the track.
Right.
They take these protests. You're supposed to have a half hour after the race.
Yep. And they protested
and they did.
The second.
Yep.
So I got protested the second that we were done racing.
The committee, the officials, they can reverse a ruling after submitting footage to prove your point.
So right then and there, they automatically docked me a position.
Yep.
I think I got 5th that day at Twisted Fence.
Yep.
They put me at 6th.
Yep.
Okay. The cutoff for the trophies was 4th, I think. So I wasn't getting a trophy anyway. If I finished 5th, I really didn't care.
Didn't care. You weren't up there in the
I got in my truck and I went home.
Yeah. You weren't in podium position. You weren't battling for the championship.
No. Got in my truck, went home. Well, that week was a complete shitstorm because of the guy that protested me, okay? But didn't protest Dustin, because Dustin didn't lose a position, he didn't lose any time, nothing.
Okay.
Right? I'm pretty sure. Dustin didn't lose his position.
I think there was a protest against both you. I don't think
Dustin was penalized?
Dustin was not penalized. You were the only one that was penalized. And I think that's because the track official, I don't know if you could see it in
Didn't see Dustin do it, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it in any camera footage, but there was a track official standing right there, and the protest was literally being claimed as it was happening because the track official was right there, and the track official was in the wrong, telling the protester, you can't go the same way they went. You have to stay put and wait for the bottleneck to clear.
Right. Which is wrong. That's why
we found out later that
guy should have never stopped us. Should have never even... The other guy shouldn't have stopped there.
This is why it's so important as a racer to know the rules.
Yeah.
Because
I did not know that rule. I'll be honest.
The track official, course marshal, whatever you want to call that person,
didn't know the rule.
Didn't know the rule, and he told the racer to wait.
The guy that protested me said wait and don't let him go.
So then the guy who protested could have easily just followed you guys and not lost any time. But that track official kind of played a key role in that, that scenario, which led out over the next week.
Right, which comes to the end. They deemed what I did and what Dustin did was totally legal. It was a legal move what we did. We should have never been penalized. We should have never been stopped. The other guy that protested shouldn't have been stopped. What they wound up doing was they still didn't give me my position back. They gave me the same amount of points though as I would have finished that day.
Well, and at the end of the season, I don't think it mattered too much. You had a significant lead over Todd in 4th for points, so
I only beat Todd by 1 point at the end.
Oh, so that twisted fence race? Are you kidding me?
I only beat Todd by 1 point.
I did not know that. I did not know that points.
Oh wow! It was very close.
Wow! So that protest right there could have cost you top 3 in the state.
Yes.
Okay. Which is kind of why I wanted to touch on this point. It's amateur ATV racing for fun. If you're not in a championship hunt and you're not battling for a top 3 in your class in the race, try to remember that it's ATV racing at an amateur level with your friends.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say on that. I do want to respectfully learn how to get through bottlenecks better this year, but I don't think we're going to have that issue anymore because the way
I think the way we're starting up front way more, I don't think we'll have that
in the past, I have sat there
maybe on the 2nd or 3rd lap, but not on the beginning like it was.
Yeah, I have sat there like a buffoon and waited and I see it on my GoPro timer, waiting like 45 minutes to a minute for a bottleneck to clear. Well, braver guys will take an alternate route, and I've just never done that. So like I said,
you got to remember you're allowed that 25 feet off track to do that.
A good thing we're talking about this because it is a lesson I learned in racing that there's times where there's going to be exceptions to the 25-foot rule. In our sport, it's 25 feet inside that ribbon, inside those marked arrows, and these guys went against that rule. That's why I called him a cheater. That's why I thought it was against the rules, but
honestly, but that day we went way beyond the 25-foot rule, which deemed we were allowed to because we were at a bottleneck. At a bottleneck, you're allowed to go around and enter the track at your earliest convenience.
The nearest safe point, and like I started out saying, because it's a finger, a tight up and a tight 180, right back down the other side of this hedgerow, they had no other choice but to just cut that section.
For instance, if me and you are battling and we're the only 2 in that section, I can't cut that course there to go and beat you. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's cheating.
Yeah.
But if you're stopped at a bottleneck where there's no movement, you've
got some leniency to get around.
You can do what you got to do to enter the track at its nearest convenience.
What you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do it.
And that's what Dustin did, and I followed him. I said, if he's doing it, I'm going.
Boy,
Dustin's going, I'm going.
You and Dustin are just fast like cheetahs.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Like cheetahs. In this sport, there's so many variables, anything can happen.
Who's your top 3 in our class?
Really?
You have to.
Can we do a couple different ones? Because what if there's a scenario here, like Rich Strave? If Rich Strave doing the entire season?
He'll be in top 3. If he does the entire season.
I think Rich Strave does the entire season. It's him and Guns battling for the title.
Yep, I agree.
I think if you can stay in shape, I love you, but you gotta stay in shape. You're older. You'll be top 3.
Older?
Yeah, you're old as shit.
Wow.
You'll be top 3 again. You had the consistency
Right.
more than your speed.
Okay.
Your speed wasn't always there, but your consistency was.
Right.
I beat you sometimes. I didn't finish top 3 in the state.
No, but you're right, I was consistent, and I had 0 mechanicals.
Yep.
I hit 0 trees.
Yeah, so I'd say Barone for third. Going with your top 5, I think it'll be Drew Campbell for 4th, Dustin Carnes for 4th.
I think, no.
I see him and me battling.
I think me and you are going to be 3 and 4. Well, it depends. Like I said, if Rich.
Yeah. Again, these variables. I want to be up there. I want to be as fast as the top guys in our class. I want to be as quick as Guns. I want to be battling with him. If Rich is there, I definitely want to stay with him. And if you look at some of my runs last year, I know I can do it. I held off Rich Drave for a lap and a half at Greek Peak, arguably one of the hardest tracks on the circuit. Ups and downs, rocks,
such a tough race.
Lots of dust. I held off Rich Drave until that front end started to fall apart on me. And
no, you were fine.
Yeah, and then I had to call it because of mechanical.
And that was a 93 degree day.
A tough, hot one. Yeah, so
tough.
I know I can run the pace with guys like him. Dan, Guns, Honacki.
Listen, at our age, I'm older than you. It's a day-by-day thing.
It is.
One day I feel amazing.
The next day you slip
like
on your
shit.
friend's step and hurt your tailbone.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, it's tough with these projections. You know
that
what?
last race of the season, Hemlock Hills, I stayed with Potter. I stayed with Potter, Mark Potter.
Our class champion.
And that guy screwed me on the hill and I got stuck. And then that's when the guys caught me and Potter got away from me.
Yep. So little things like that could happen that can affect your outcome. But I would say Honacki and Drave, Barone, Carnes, Campbell, probably looking at your top 5 in the class.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, so you want to move up to the real racers? Row number 1?
Yeah. And I don't know much about these
Double zilio. I don't like that. I kind of wish like they just kept it simple. Call row 1. Row 1. What's with this 00 shit?
So 12 double A.
Yeah, big names in this one.
Look at the first one up there.
Big name, number 1, leading the way. I'm a fan. Yeah, if you watched my Iron Man vlog, I got to sit down, walk the track actually with Garrett Merriweather and have a little candid one-on-one of his plans. And he did tell us he's stepping up to the big row this year.
And I don't think anybody's going to touch him.
No. I had a chance to battle him at your event here at Smeardadillan. I said, no thanks.
No.
He's 18. He's FAF.
Yeah, absolutely. Capital A.
FAF. So we are going to wish Garrett the best. I don't think he has.
I'm rooting for him for sure. He's my number 1.
I don't think he has a title in him. In his rookie season in this class, he's got some big names.
But look who's number 9.
He's got some big names behind him.
Look who's number 9 in that class.
There it is. We'll get down to the sneaky snake. But second is Matty Reese. I'm a fan of Matty. I've been a fan of his for a few years. He's a young kid. He's
don't know him, never seen him.
Oh, he's great. He was, I believe, number 6 last year or the year before. Young kid, but full of energy, full of talent. He has proven to be very fast. And Garrison Paw, I'm not sure his age, but he's been around a while. He won the SDR race that we were at a couple months ago. He's very fast. I don't know much about the rest of the guys here, but we're going to skip ahead to
number 9.
Number 9, Jared McClure, probably the biggest name you're seeing on the
field. Now that I didn't see Jared McClure down there when I saw Garrett up there, but that's going to be tough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm a big G fan, but I don't think Garrett in his rookie season is going to beat
Jared McClure.
He's not going to hang with Jared. I mean, he's got a lot of potential there, and he's got a lot to learn still because he is young, and Jared just has that experience. So
I guarantee Garrett's number 2, though.
Looking at this list, there's a couple names on there. The Kidd brothers, Jack and Mitchell, are real fast. That number 26, Kyle Piercy, I believe Kyle is retired. He only signed up for the season, just on a one-off chance he'll come out. Other than that, he's not going to have a ton of competition. I know Jared Sturmer is fast, but I see Garrison Paw, Garrett Merriweather, Justin Lord. I see these guys battling for your podiums behind the sneaky snake.
Right.
Yeah. If we've got
hard to beat a GNCC.
Yeah. If we got JMR coming to the races, he's pretty much going to get that one.
Wrapping it up.
Unless there's that, you know, creepy Ethiopian albino kid, Hunter Hart.
That's your boy. I don't know much about.
He got the W today.
Yeah, he won today.
He got the W. It was a good day for GNCC. It's April 1st. They did round 4 today. We had our fan favorite, Brandon Frazier, win the 4x4 Pro class. We're excited to see that. His
by
first
4
win.
minutes.
Yeah, 4 minutes, 18 seconds.
How do you do that?
Wait,
how do you beat Cody Collier by 4 minutes?
It's the he put nitrous in the gas tank.
Oh, okay.
And maybe
that explains it.
I think he runs helium in his tires too.
Dude, to beat Cody Collier and Landon Wolf by 4 minutes. You know what 4 minutes is?
In this game, it's a big deal. At their level, it's a very big deal.
And if he didn't break the race before that, he would have won by over 3 minutes.
Yeah, Brandon has got the speed this year. And today,
he got his brand new quad today.
Yeah, he was on that today. And in your XC1 Pro race, Hunter Hart had an amazing battle through most of the day, coming from a mid-pack start up to the front, losing it to Coltrane, getting it back from Coltrane, losing it again, getting it back again. It was just a great battle. So congrats, Hunter, on your first win of the day. Hope to see more of that at round 5. Okay, so predictions are done for first row. We're going to go with the Sneaky Snake. If he's going to run a season.
Sneaky Snake and Garrett. Let's do that.
And we do know that we've got a 2-time NYOA state champion, overall state champion, not competing this year full time. Your reigning champ.
The Manicotti guy?
Macaroni.
Manicotti.
It's not Manicotti. It's Manchaki.
Yeah, Manicotti.
But we all call them the Macaroni brothers, Devin.
Those big Manicotti. You ever see the Manicottis? We make them all the time.
Yeah, but Austin Manchati is your reigning NYOA champ and is starting a family. We will miss him at every round, but he will be at some of the rounds competing. We just don't know which ones yet. So looking forward to seeing him back at the races, but we got bugs in here. That opening slot for the front row, that title, up for grabs. Big news coming in.
Come on, G.
Yeah, come on, G. We're rooting for you. Big news in that next row, though. Do you see a name that's like out of place in that row?
Let's get it. Let's get to it here.
Yeah. And there is Austin. He's listed in this class, the AA2 class. There's 4 names in this class. One of them doesn't make sense, though.
Oh, your girlfriend.
You can't. Don't say it.
Not your girlfriend.
Yeah. I'm a happily married man.
My
friend Kate.
Your friend Kate.
My friend Kate Osborne is going to step up with the big boys in the AA2 row. She's no longer.
How was there only 4 people in that class?
I know. They did have to split that class of the fast guys and now girls. And there was less people in the second row. So Kate is going to take on the faster group of guys. She wanted to step up because the women's class is still pretty far back in that lineup, and I think she wants to run that faster pace. Yeah. At least I got the inside scoop from Kate at the banquet. That's what she told me. So looking forward to see how she stacks up. Regardless of where she starts,
she's going to win.
Regardless of where she starts, she always finishes well. I don't know if you followed her career the last few seasons with NYOA. She was row 10 or something, NYOA.
Yeah, the women's
row was right up. Well,
9, because they were ahead of. No, were they? They were 10. They just moved us in front of them, so they were like 11, I think.
But from that row, Kate would often climb into the top 20 overall for the state, and
she's fast.
She had so much traffic to go through. So I kind of feel bad for the guys that have to lose to her this year, because how do you explain that one to your ego, that you just got smoked by a very beautiful woman? Okay, so I had to say it.
I mean, she's gonna whoop your asses.
Yeah, she's gonna whoop all our asses. So good luck to Kate and the boys in the AA2 row. We mentioned earlier that our buddy in the 4x4 class, Guns, had a bad accident at the last race and didn't get it on camera.
No.
I don't like that. I'm a videographer. I've filmed every race I've ever competed in, and you can go through the YouTube channel if you don't believe me. I am an advocate for video because it's been my career, my profession for 25 years, and I enjoy the sport. That's why I combined my passion of racing and videography. I want to see all the classes broadcast their race on YouTube, but obviously people don't have the means to do so, they don't have the skill set to do so, whatever. I'm gonna try to take my skill set of video production, video producing, get a camera on as many 4x4 guys as we can this year, and edit it together for a show. So instead of watching my entire race video, so instead of watching Mike's entire race video, we'll see more like a racer TV broadcast. I'll put it all together of everybody's GoPro footage, as well as our good friend Jimmer is going to be standing on the sidelines. Jimmer has agreed to run a GoPro on the side of the track to bring us a track crew perspective for this broadcast. Not broadcast. I've got to go home and edit like 20 camera angles together just to make this show, so it's going to be very time consuming.
And his camera's probably going to be the most entertaining because that goddamn guy is all over the woods, running, yelling, screaming.
And he'll be a great guy to actually, I have a chest mount from GoPro. I think we're going to put a chest mount on him because he needs hand-free, because he's handing out goggles, handing out waters, he's pushing four-wheelers, he's lifting four-wheelers, so he is hands-on pit crew and running around the track. He knows where to go to help, he knows where to go to cheer you on, and he knows where to go to give you information. He is a big advocate for go get him, he's only that far ahead of you.
And he's lying.
Yeah, he's always lying.
Or the guy's right behind you and you're a minute ahead.
And you look back at a corner and there's no one there. Thanks, Jimmer. But he's gonna bring a great perspective. So I'm also gonna try to have some other filmers on the side of the track and just tie everything together. You got that viewpoint from the side of the track, a lot like what Racer TV does. And then first perspective, which Racer TV does not do. Why? Because the GoPros are illegal to run according to AMA rules. That's what I say to that.
On their helmets.
I don't give two shits. Come after me. I'm an amateur racer putting it on my helmet. You can... Now I gotta cut that out.
Yeah.
You could kiss my ass. I'm running my camera, and I'm gonna put one on the back of the machine, hopefully on your machine too. As many
I'm getting one on the back.
Yeah, as many cameras as we can get out in that 4x4 class, and we're gonna try to bring you guys a 4x4 race video, a broadcast show, a whole 2-hour show of everybody's footage every week. That's the hope and dream.
That should be badass.
It should be badass, because then you get to follow it as a viewer on the channel, and it brings you more insight than just watching one racer's GoPro footage from the race.
Watching one
it is.
For 2 hours, especially for 2 hour and a half.
You know, I'll sit through, yours. I'll sit through the guys I do their race videos for. I'll watch Keith Federo's. I'll watch the pro Brandon Frazier's. I'll watch some of these other 4x4 guys. But I honestly,
it gets redundant a little bit.
It does, and I primarily only watch 4x4 racers. I don't watch a lot of 450 racers. So.
We're too old for that.
Yeah, I watch what I'm interested in, and hopefully my goal is to make what we're doing out there more interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
We're gonna test this idea, I should say, at Dream Riders Round 1 down near Newfield, New York.
Running it backwards this year.
Yeah, it's a damn shame because that track has my favorite uphill.
I don't think it was anything special.
That,
like this.
That uphill.
I hate this.
So I like that track because of the steep uphill climbs. And I don't know the area of the course where I'm trying to get you remember, but I'll put up this video right now. This uphill, that's the most fun on that track. It's just wide open on a 4x4 with turns going all the way up. It feels like you could just rally as fast as you want. And we have to go down it this year instead of up it. That's a bummer. I'm not looking forward to that.
Last year sucked.
Why?
Because I had to let you by. I had to wave you by me. I had no. Remember, I blew the wheel bearing. I had no rear brake, no brakes.
I thought you just got done telling us you didn't have any mechanicals.
I finished the race though.
Hey, I had 4 mechanicals and did 2 laps every time.
But you didn't finish the race.
Doing 2 laps is finishing the race.
No, it's not.
I never came in last. Even with my mechanicals, I never came in last.
Okay, but you didn't finish the race. You didn't do 3 laps.
I didn't finish on the lead lap. Can we agree to that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. But in my opinion, I finished with points. So to me, that's better than smacking a tree on lap 1, not even finishing lap 1. That's a DNF.
That was a big buck for you.
Came in, straightened my tie rod best I could, still went out and put out 2 laps.
Oh, did you?
Yep, and beat Todd Swain.
Yeah, well, Todd.
He had a mechanical that.
Oh, he did?
Yep. Yeah, so Todd had to go slow. I think he hit a tree and had a bent front end too. So
you didn't beat Todd. Todd beat himself, and then you got ahead of him.
You just can't give me any credit. We haven't chatted about the other series. There's a new series that opened up this year. Before we get started on our series, NYOA, this new series is going to kick off at Broome, Tioga.
Yeah, April, I think it's the weekend of the 23rd, 24th.
Yeah, like NEXC, is that the name of it?
New England Cross Country.
New England Cross Country. And I'm intrigued, but I've also heard other voices speaking their opinions. And from the sound of it, NEXC is a group of people that just had a difference of opinion with NYOA people and wanted to branch off and do their own series.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring up any drama. We don't need to get into that, but there was difference of opinions. There was obviously more to it. Safety concerns, violations, guidelines not being met. Yup. I mean, if you're not starting on time, it forces everybody to get home at a later time. It forces races to finish in a darker lighting than normal. So it's a safety issue all around. For everything.
Maintenance on the track.
Maintenance on the track, parking, everything came into play where we had a couple of tracks at NYOA that weren't welcome back to the series, and that hurts us because...
Well, yeah, there was a big survey at the end of the year.
We've gone from 2018, we had 14 tracks, to 2023, 5 years later, we've lost 4. Now we have 10 races. So to me, that's hard because if you do suffer a mechanical, if you do get injured, God forbid you're sick one day, you miss out on big points, where if you have more races, you have more chances. So I would like to see 14, 15 rounds in the New York State Championship again, but we have kind of had a split with some of the tracks, some of the promoters. They've gone and done their own thing. Are you going to compete in that race series?
I thought about racing the first one, not per se to race, but as a, you know, test ride, maybe.
Just to see how it'll run?
No, yeah, just to see how this girl's gonna run. And no, but just for a test, you know, get some seat time before the season starts. I would like to, but it's also like the weather here sucks. It's down, you know, it's only 40 minutes away from here, so if it sucks here, it's gonna suck there. The ground is saturated.
Very wet this spring, very wet.
You know, it's still snowing out. It's just messy out there. And
so you're on the fence if you're going to do it or not?
If it's dry from now until then, and it can dry up a little bit, I would like to go out.
You are such a fair weather racer.
That's what happens when you get old.
Jeez, and I'm like, I want mud and slop because I've had good luck in slop.
But this is the thing. Our season kicks off the 7th of May.
Yep.
So this would be, what, 3 weeks before that, or 2 weeks before that?
It leaves you a few weeks to do any repairs and maintenance you might occur. Might have to deal with.
Which, you know, those Renegades, our Renegades are a bitch to clean. They're a bitch to, you know, maintain. It's not, like, at the end of the season, I'm tired of doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to go through that before, but...
I think you should. I think you should get the cobwebs out and go out there. I personally am going to try to get on my Can-Am and start practicing as soon as I can. My trails are still pretty wet myself, so
yeah, it's just nasty.
I can't get out there without destroying them. I'll be dragging frame everywhere.
To me, it's not fun doing that.
No. On that note, we didn't touch on the tires.
OBOR.
We actually have some incentive this year to go racing on OBOR tires, and we have incentive to get on the podium. OBOR tires have come out with a contingency program for NYOA, and it's different per class, but the 4x4 class is a whopping $84 for a win.
To win, so they lowered it.
Yeah, $73 for a second and $50 for a third.
$50 pays your entrance fee.
It does. It gets you in the gate. It
pays your entrance fee and your race fee.
Yep. So I'm hoping for podiums this year.
And I run OBORs.
Yep. I have not mentioned it yet, but I will be making the switch. I've been on multiple brand tires before, and I'll be doing a video once my new tires come in from OBOR. But I think a lot of us in the 4x4 class will be running that because they've offered us us a contingency program. So all you other tire manufacturers out there, get with the freaking program. If you want people to represent your tire brand and talk about you on social media and make cool videos about you and stuff, maybe you should offer a contingency program.
Right.
We are one of the largest race series in the country. Just saying.
Second.
Was that too angry? I felt upset.
No. I personally, I think only top 3 guys should even get a trophy. I don't even think 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th should get participation awards.
Well, I didn't know they made 9th place ribbons.
Oh, Jack, they got them all the way up to 10th place.
Hey, Mike, I'm not going to have anything on my wall. That's not fair to me.
It is fair. It's fair if you get your ass up there and get on the podium.
How am I supposed to get my participation ribbon?
Yeah, no, fuck those participation
I can't agree with you on that one. I like the way that the trophy structure is laid out per class. Is you got to have X amount of people to get X amount of trophies. I can't remember the rule too. It's ×3 + 1. Yeah, Mr. Third in the state. In case you didn't know, we put it right there.
Just in case you guys didn't know.
In case you forgot.
I beat Drew last year.
Yeah.
I got 3rd overall.
Yeah, overall. Yeah, great job.
Thanks, bud.
All right, well, good job with the show.
We'll see what happens this year, right?
We'll see.
Good luck, man.
See you on the start line.
We'll see you on the start line.
So help me, if you cheat, I swear.
Oh, I know. You'll be protesting.
I am gonna. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, thanks for watching the show. It's gonna be a great season. I know a lot of you guys are amped up for it to start. Tune into the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna try to bring you guys as much content as possible. If this whole broadcast thing goes well with the 4x4,
I like this kinda.
Yeah, I've got some ideas coming up that I think will really help bring some exposure to NYOA and to the sport of cross country racing.
Definitely, I like it.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Hey, you guys see this bad girl right here?
It's for sale for $19.95. No, I'm just kidding.
She ain't for sale.
Yeah.
Drew's gonna be racing this at one event this year.
It's the 12-foot grass drag right out front of the house. After 12 feet, I have to
it's
stop.
It's gotta be dry, very dry out.
Yep.
We can't have rain in a month.
No tire
The grass
spinach.
has to be mowed very short.
Yep.
And no dust. It has to be primo conditions.
And as soon as it
Drew's
reaches
gonna ride it
operating
out
temperature, shut it down.
That's it.
Yeah.
Real quick, 1 run, boom, done.
Can't wait to race.
But no, there's a 2-part build series on Drew's channel if you guys want to see this thing being built, because she's a beauty.
Part 3 will come soon as we can film it, and there is merchandise available for this build. We have a t-shirt with this design on it. You can also get it in sweatshirts or long sleeve if that's what you're looking for. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, we'll see you at the races.
See you at the races.
That's my line. Don't let me just see you at the races.
Go f*** yourselves.
Stop that. Okay, we'll see you at the races.
Fuck off.